Module 2, Lesson 19's objective is to decompose twice to subtract measurements including 3-digit minuends with zeros in the tens and ones places. Question 2 says, the total weight of a giraffe and her calf is 904 kilograms. How much does the calf weigh? Use a tape diagram to model your thinking. I will go ahead and underline the important details. Total weight of a giraffe and her calf is 904 kilograms. Now I will highlight the question, how much does the calf weigh? And I'll also highlight the directions, use a tape diagram. That way I don't forget those two things. Alright, so drawing a tape diagram, I can tell that looking at the picture, the giraffe weighs 829 kilograms. And we're unsure of how much the calf weighs. So let's draw the tape diagram this way. The entire amount for the giraffe and the calf equals 904 kilograms. And then if we take out the amount that we know, that's the amount for the giraffe, and we label it this way, 829 kilograms. I'll put giraffe here. Then the only amount that's left is the amount for the calf. And that's the part we don't know, so I'll put a question mark there. Alright, so let's take those 904 kilograms and take out the 829 kilograms that we know the giraffe weighs, and whatever is left will be the amount that the calf weighs. If we have 4 ones, can we take away 9 ones? Nope. So we better borrow from the neighbor. Well, the neighbor has nothing, 0 tens, so we can't borrow from somebody who has nothing. So let's go to the other neighbor, the one in the hundreds column. The hundreds column has 9 groups of 100. We can borrow from the 9 and turn that into an 8. We know that there are 10 tens in 100, so we'll make this a 10. Now we can borrow from the next door neighbor. The next door neighbor has 10 tens. We can cross that out and make it a 9. Now the 4 is 14. 14 minus 9 is 5. 9 minus 2 is 7. And 8 minus 8 is 0. Don't forget to label the units of measurement. This means that the giraffe weighs 829 kilograms and the calf weighs 75 kilograms. So how much does the calf weigh? We need to answer that in words. The calf weighs 75 kilograms. Look at item 3. The Erie Canal runs 584 kilometers from Albany to Buffalo. Salvador travels on the canal from Albany. He must travel 396 kilometers more before he reaches Buffalo. How many kilometers has he traveled so far? Let's underline the important information. The Erie Canal runs 584 kilometers from Albany to Buffalo. Salvador travels on the canal from Albany. Nothing to underline there. He must travel 396 kilometers more before he reaches Buffalo. Now let's highlight the question. How many kilometers has he traveled so far? We can use a tape diagram for this as well. Here will be Albany. Here will be Buffalo. Now I will draw a rectangle. The total from Albany to Buffalo is 584 kilometers. If Salvador started at Albany and he's headed to Buffalo, he still has 396 kilometers to go until he gets to Buffalo. This amount that he's traveled right here, we don't know, so I'll put a question mark there. The way you solve this is by taking the 584 total kilometers from Albany to Buffalo and taking out the amount of kilometers you know he still has to travel. Whatever you have left is the amount he has already traveled. Don't forget to answer in a sentence. How many kilometers has he traveled so far? He has traveled blank kilometers so far. Remember when you're going to solve that algorithm to start in the ones column at the top and then continue in the same way going to the tens column and the hundreds column. And last, number 4, Mr. Nguyen fills 2 inflatable pools. The kiddie pool holds 185 liters of water. The larger pool holds 600 liters of water. How much more water does the larger pool hold than the kiddie pool? Let's underline the important information. Mr. Nguyen fills 2 inflatable pools. The kiddie pool holds 185 liters of water. The larger pool holds 600 liters of water. Now let's highlight the question. How much more water does the larger pool hold than the kiddie pool? I think I'll go ahead and circle than. That shows me we're comparing the difference between one pool and the other. Now I'll draw a tape diagram. First, I'll draw the labels. This is the kiddie pool. And this one's going to be for the large pool. We know that the kiddie pool holds 185 liters. And that the large pool holds 600 liters. What we're trying to figure out is the difference What's the difference between the two? When we see the word than, we know that we're comparing the difference. And the word difference is what we call the answer to a subtraction problem. So let's take the numbers 600 liters and take out the 185 liters that the kiddie pool holds. Remember, start at the top in the ones place. If there are 0 ones, you cannot take anything away, so you borrow from the neighbor. Unfortunately, the neighbor has nothing as well, so then we have to borrow from the 6. Turn that 6 into a 5. Put the 10 that you borrowed here, 10 tens is 100. Now you can borrow from the tens place. You had 10 tens, now you have 9, and now you have 10 ones. 10 ones minus 5 ones, write the answer. 9 tens minus 8 tens, write the answer. 5 hundreds minus 100, write the answer. Don't forget to write the capital L for liters. Now, we're going to write the sentence that answers the question, how much more water does the larger pool hold than the kiddie pool? The larger pool holds blank more liters of water. And you could even put the larger pool holds blank more liters of water than the kiddie pool. Either way is correct.